Hi, everybody, and thank you for coming, Danny and Casey. Kind of going live at a different time than normal, so I wasn't sure who would come. Actually, Danny doesn't usually come when I have it in the morning, so maybe this is a better time for you. Yay, first, second. All right, Danny says, I'm going to be listening and cleaning up the coffee truck. Then I have to go pick up my kids from school and take them to the dentist. And all I really want to do is lay down and take a nap. Well, Danny, if you're staying here because of me, go ahead and take a nap. You could always listen later, at least. But if you're doing it because of the cleaning, well, you are busy. Yes, she is. Class in an hour. What kind of class, Casey? An all school? Are you teaching a class? You taking a class? All right. There is a lot between Outschool and VIPKID today. I was away last week, and Rebecca was supposed to read them, and then she got busy. I went to New York City. I saw Hamilton on Broadway. It was awesome. I saw another Broadway show too. The other Broadway show I saw was called Come From Away. It was a story about all these airplanes that landed in Newfoundland, Canada on 9/11 and how that town really took care of people. They deserve to have their story told, for sure. Interesting story. Now I want to get the book. Hi, Rebecca. Did you already do your appointment? Or are you back? Okay. Don't like busy. Yeah, neither do I. Okay. So I'll go ahead and start with Outschool because I feel like more people come to hear about Outschool than VIPKID. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not even teaching on VIPKID anymore, though I am keeping my contract. Tell me what classes did you have or are you going to have today? I had 2 classes. Actually, they were the same class, different section. They're back to back. So it kind of makes it easier when it's the same class. It's like you're in the same mode, the same stuff that you have to do. Okay, here we go. All right, so daylight savings came and happened with Outschool, which is always a mess. It goes by what the teacher, what your time is. But let's say your time changes, somebody else's doesn't. In Arizona and Hawaii, they do not observe daylight savings. Asian countries don't observe daylight savings, but other ones do observe, but they observe at a different time. So anyways, so here it is. The UK and Europe change on March 27th. Mexico on Sunday, April 3rd. Australia and New Zealand also on the 3rd. So has this created a problem for anyone? Not really a problem, but the only thing for me, I have one student in Switzerland, an ESL student. I teach on Fridays. And we discussed it, and she said since it was only 1 week, they would go ahead and go on my time, which I'm glad because on Fridays, I can't do any earlier. Okay, so yeah, basically that. Has anyone had any issues? And for my ESL students that are in Asia, I just went ahead and I changed my time because they're all in the morning. So I switched my time so that their time wouldn't change. And then for all my daytime classes, I just went with my time. And so far, nobody said anything. It hasn't been a problem. I do have one student in a class of mine, is it Thursday, who's in England. So, but the parents haven't said anything to me. I did write a message this week on all my classes, like the time changed for me, double check the time for you. You know, if it's an issue, let me know. Also, I told them to double check it doesn't conflict with another class, because let's say the time changed for me, but didn't change for another teacher. All of a sudden, 2 classes that were back to back could be at the same time. Rebecca says, getting the kids ready to go in the car now. Well, I'm glad you're listening while you're getting ready. All right, I'll read the other email. There's a lot in that email from Outschool. And here it is. All right. Bear with me a second. Okay. So, market insights. And for this one, I'm going to show you the more information. Melanie is a homeschooling parent piano teacher who started teaching on Outschool in 2020. In this article, she shares how she's gained and retained hundreds of learners with her small group classes using an intentional class funnel. I want to read that. I'm going to show you guys kind of the highlights. I won't read the whole story, but I'm going to read the whole thing on my own. I love hearing stories from people who've been around at Outschool for a while. I don't know about you guys. We need your input. What are your Outschool goals and how can we help you get there? Fill out this short survey. I've already filled it out. Doesn't take long. Boost retention with ongoing one-on-one classes. Ongoing one-on-one classes consistently have higher retention rate than other one-to-one classes formats on Outschool. Try creating a few ongoing sections of your popular courses to engage. Excuse me. All right, so basically what they're saying is that the ongoing format for one-on-one classes works better than multi-day or one time. So what do you guys do? So I have my ESL classes are the only one-on-one classes that I do for Outschool. And yes, I do make them ongoing. Danny, I know you have a few tutoring students and I don't know about the rest of you, but do you make them ongoing? New ways to spark signups with CEO. Search engine optimization is the key to being found in searches on Outschool and Google. Check out the latest advice for crafting class listings, including keywords. Classes in demand. Get an in-depth look at the subjects, class times, and age groups that currently have high search volume but few listings. International insights. There's one time of day that families in Europe and Asia are searching for classes. What is it? Check out this post. I'm going to go to the more insight for that one too. Enrollment trends. Find out the learner ages, class times, and topics that drove the most. The parent topic request. I will show you that in a minute. Always good if you're a newbie and trying to figure out, what should I teach? The parent topic request is always a great place to start if you're a newbie. Danny says, mine are one time because then I get paid the following week and because my schedule can change and even parents can always meet on the same day. Do you have a problem with them not re-signing up though? That would be my only thing. But if they keep re-signing up, then hey, that's good. Yes, and okay, so I'm going to go to the few of the more information thing. All right, so let me show you the parent topic requests. Again, great for newbies if trying to decide. And I'm not going to read each and every one of these. I'll just slowly scroll through them. They at least put them, they combine them by subjects. This is so much better. When I was a newbie on Outschool, I know you guys too, they used to just have one long list that was like no rhyme nor reason. It was literally like a long, and it was tedious to sift through. So at the very least, they put them in categories, which is good. I'm just going to slowly go through these and let you guys see. Montessori fractions with insects, Danny, might be a good one for you. I know you have enough classes. Civil War and Civil Rights for social studies. Civics and government history class. I have a class like that. How am I not showing up in their search option that the person didn't discover my class? All right, so there we go. That is, the topic requests. Let's see. I'm making myself French ice haze right now. Wow. I am so sensitive to caffeine that I have to cut off my caffeine by 12 o'clock. No more after 12. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm ready for a nap. Just drink my shake. I think you need to send me some coffee. Yes, Danny has a coffee truck. And I already read that. Let's see. I miss our yoga classes. Me too. Me, Danny, and Casey used to go to Heather's yoga class. I have to say that even though I don't do her class anymore, I'm grateful for the time because she showed me so many modifications that now even when I'm doing, yoga through YouTube or my subscription service, like if I can't do what they're doing, I know all these modifications because Heather was there to say, oh, you can't do this, try this, or try it this way. I just like plain lattes. Maybe they want you to teach a different age than you teach. True. Good point. Good point. Because there was someone on the Facebook pages looking for a younger age. I thought about doing a younger age. The problem is I kind of like going in depth and I wouldn't be able to do that as much. Yeah, that's true. Okay, good point. Good point there about they might want a different age. Yeah. Okay, here. There was so much on the more information. And then there's several VIPKID emails. All right. And okay. So this was 3 intentional steps to success. So this was the educator story. This is really long, so I'm not going to read it all. I'm kind of just going to show you the highlights and you can go back and read it later if you're interested. Intentionally adding classes. I've done that. Just be careful. Remember, every class that you add is prep work. Something I didn't think about in the past and I have to think about now. Seeking ways to engage learners. I feel like us as VIPKID teachers learned how to do this. Using marketing techniques. Market your own classes. Using the next class. Yep. Make sure you have search engine options. All right. That's it. Like I said, that one's longer, but you guys can go back. Okay. And I'll get to VIPKID in a minute. If you're watching this later, you could always skip forward to the VIPKID stuff if you're not interested in the Outschool stuff. All right. One-on-one. So educators who offer one-on-one get more positive reviews, increased enrollments, strong learner connections, right? You really get to know them. So since I do ESL for one-on-one, they really have nothing to do with the other classes I do on Outschool. So I don't find this to be true, but maybe like this would be true. Like if you teach a group reading class, but then you had a one-on-one reading, I could see how. So I think, Danny, when you do this, do you find these things to be true? So what families are looking for in one-on-one? Enrichment in a topic area. That's true. Like if they're taking a reading class, they really want your help for one-on-one. Instruction for unique abilities. Gifted learners or learners with unique needs. Or I could see this, a lot of music classes are one-on-one. Private lessons are popular for learners looking for private instructions, music, visual arts, and interpretive arts. Tutoring support. Yeah, people need tutoring. Mentorship. Aspiring young professionals. Preparing a one-on-one learning plan. Their goals. Accurate expectations for you and the learner. The learner's skill level. All right. And I do have one tutoring client. I could say 2 tutoring clients. They're one family, but I tutor both sisters outside of Outschool. So some of this could apply to that too. So here's ways that you can engage, and these work for group classes too. Name games, get to know you activities, icebreaker, learner-led curriculum, Zoom features, personal connections. Yep. Promoting your one-on-one classes, basically the same way you would promote the non-one-on-one classes. So yeah. Okay, this is just my personal opinion, not knocking one-on-one classes, but I felt like, I don't know, for me, they take almost as much work as doing the group classes, and then you only get one student. But yeah, I don't know. They have their place. They're good. ESL classes are easy. You guys can't hear me? Oh, okay. Danny says yes. I was like, uh-oh, was I speaking for no reason? Thankful for parents who take the time to send messages and feedback. Yes. Danny, and she sent it to me, so I got to read it. I got another sweet feedback from PE class from a parent of my 15-year-old autistic student. She said he really doesn't take well to changes, but he seemed to love my class. Is this the one you sent me, or is this a different one? Seems it might be a different one, but it's really nice when we get feedback, right? I see that, like, here, I'm gonna tilt this down. Okay, VIP taught me how to keep their attention for sure. I agree. And taught us like how to really engage in the online world. And Rebecca says she can hear me. Okay, good. Here, Outschool had a lot. I'm not going to read every single thing, but I think these are things people would want to know about. Okay, this is about class listings. All right, consistency is the key. Write with human beings in mind. So, yeah, right. Imagine that you're a parent. What words are you going to type into search for? Catchy titles are cute, but catchy titles don't come up in a search. Speak to your audience. Know exactly who you want to enroll. That's good advice. Start niching down. Follow their policy. They're saying that because so many people complain about getting their stuff back. Class title. Your title should always include the main word. 6th grade math concepts. Intro to playwriting for kids. Let's bake. You guys, I have to say the only downside to doing like a grade, and I've seen this on the Facebook pages, number one, homeschool families don't always go by grade. And number two, Outschool is an international platform. So like the grades might totally be different in England or another country. So that's the only thing with using grades. You could say like for this age group. All right, so here's the opposite, what not to do. Poor keyword usage, punctuation issues, and too many emojis. Yeah, I kind of think it's unprofessional to use emojis. So anyways, the class summary, they talk about class description. You guys can always come back and read these. And then optional sections. Teacher expertise, I always fill that out. Why not tell them how you're, an expert in that? But anyways, if you guys want to go read that in more detail. Let's see. A new one. Oh, a new one. Awesome. You'll have to send that one to me. Those messages always come right when I need them. Yes. Like it makes such a difference just to know. Parents, if you could just take time, if you love the class, tell us. Like it really makes our day, our week to know those things. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to show you this part. So search term. And then this is the age group of people searching. If they also filter by age, what the percentage is. I thought it would be important to show you that before showing you this. So I'm not going to read each one of these, but you can look at these. Here's the different things people are searching for and the percentages of ages. So look on there, book club. Good, I have one of those. That helps. Women's history, interesting. I'm going through these slowly so you guys can see them. Etiquette, I see all the time people asking for those. Manners, which is kind of the same thing. Use both as a keyword if you've got a class like that. Exercise, Danny. And you have 2 age groups. Wow, this is a long list. Okay. There we go. And let me show you. I'm almost done showing you the Outschool ones. Then we're going to go into VIPKID. What classes are popular with learners this week? This is always a good one to know. So March 17th, this is what, and then the time over here is Pacific time. So subtract for your time zone. Subtract 1 for Mountain Time, 2 for Central, and 3 for Eastern. Unless you're in Arizona. I don't know. Okay. Look and see. I have my social studies classes for 9 to 14. So it pretty much overlaps with that age group. Very good. English, which I have book clubs, does overlap with that. All right, one more of these to show you guys. Then I'm getting to VIPKID. And they have had several emails. Class searches. All right, class searches from around the world. Dance. Okay, so this is the start time, the age. Yeah, I'm just going to show you this without reading each one of these. Exercise is always on there. That's why your PE class stays so popular. I wonder if I can get more foreign kids if I change my title from PE to exercise. You know what? You know how that you have that one line description? That also turns up in the searches. So you could either add exercise to the title or you could add it to that one line search to also be able to show up. Because sometimes what I'll do is I'll put one thing in the title, I'll put another thing in that one line, like, you know, that one liner that kind of describes the class. It shows up right underneath. That shows up in searches as well. So what I did, like for 3 branches of government, for the actual class, I spelled it out. And then for the one liner, I wrote the number 3. That way, no matter which one they search for, it comes up. I thought it looked more professional to have it spelled out in the title. And then, yeah, so then I put the number 3. And then sometimes what I'll do here, let me stop share. I want to talk to you guys for a second. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll put a bunch of keywords in the one-liner. So like in my civics class, I make sure, I have civics and government in the title, but I put other things in the one-liner. I put like history, current events. I'm going off memory. If I planned I was going to share this with you guys, I would have told you, but it's like I put a bunch of things in that liner. Yeah. Thanks for taking the time to do this, Kelly. I know you're busy as well. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, I actually got sick last night. I feel much better today. And then my daughter got sick with whatever I had last night. So we're actually don't have my normal appointments that I have on Tuesday. So at least I don't have that later. I have one less thing in my schedule today. Okay. So, kickstart the new semester with referral. You can get $160 per referral. So who's going to be referring people to VIPKID? I'm not. Anyways, let me know if you're going to. So yeah, sorry VIPKID, but I can get a lot more money taking an independent student than referring. So yeah. But if you're interested in referring, there you can get $160 for it. See, I don't officially work for VIPKID. I just kind of read the report. So I can give my opinion if I want. I can give my real opinion. Oh, wait. Okay. I think this isn't what I intended to share. So hold on. Sorry, guys. Let me know. And who is still working? Are any of you opening slots or I have a contract. That's about it. I really have no interest in opening slots for VIPKID. Okay, here we go. This is like the weekly report. All right. So since day 1 of the global platform, we've seen a steady increase. But since after the New Year has turned into exponential growth. So they have a lot more people, they're saying. Maybe if I decide I need more money or if Outschool gets slow, I can try it. But I have ESL students on Outschool now. And even that I'm cutting back on. Here are some things you want to know. You can open the same way as before. Open slots can be booked for major course, speaking course, and book nook. Any current bookings you might be So yeah, I think that's one thing that changed. Now, no matter what you open your slot for, you can get booked for any of them. Like I said, I haven't been working there. So if I get any of this wrong, those of you who have been working, you can go ahead and correct me in the chat, or if you watch it later in the comments. We have the highest chance of being booked. We recommend you open slots 3 weeks in advance. But as always, the further into the future you open slots, the better. If you click the short notice tag, you might be booked between 1 hour and up to 24 hours before the class start time. We suggest you don't check the short notice tag unless you're really able to do it. All right. Yes, that is for VIPKID. Let's see. Hello, Deborah. Yes, I open slots, but no students. I need to update my schedules for all my platform and figure out what I'm doing. Where are you teaching these days, Casey? I know you're always talking about different companies on your channel, but I'm not sure which ones you're actively working for these days. Because, right, some of us can have a contract. Like I have a contract with VIPKID, but I don't. All right, so this was an email not sent to all of us, just certain people. Thank you, Rebecca, for just sending me the screenshot. I'm going to share the screenshot she sent me. So this has to do with people who live in California and New York. Okay, there have been legal changes in New York and California regarding independent contracts. To abide by these laws, we are no longer extending contracts or creating new contracts from those states after April 30th, 2022. Any contracts started before April 30th can continue for their full duration. We understand this is an inconvenient situation, and we are sorry for any disappointed and confusion this may cause. Your time with VIPKID was special to us, and we are truly thankful you had time with us. That's too bad. Anyone here from one of those states? That's tough. So mostly KidPass and Hollow, okay? Yeah, that's hard. So I know the intention when they're making these laws is to prevent, there are companies out there that can afford to like pay benefits and things like that and then just choose not to. But these laws have unintended consequences. So instead of companies like fighting against these laws, or just say, okay, then we won't hire anyone from there. And I've seen this with several remote jobs online. They just stop hiring from those states. So those hurt people from the states that really want those jobs. So if I were you, I would talk to your congressmen, your senators, and try to get that changed, because a lot of people, I know this is the case for me and for a lot of you. My husband is the breadwinner, and I already get insurance and things like that through him, and I don't need insurance. Like, I know what I'm doing when I'm working for these companies where I'm an independent contractor. I know I'm not going to get benefits, and I'm okay with that. I go into it knowing, and I'm okay with that. And I think that most of us that choose these jobs are in the same situation. So I think these states, when they make these laws, think they're helping us, and they're not. They're only hurting us, because then companies just say, okay, well, then I'm not hiring from there. I have a contract with VIPKID, but have not opened for months. Yeah, I tried. When I first got on the global platform, I think it was like back in November, I tried. So instead, I just opened some slots for ESL on Outschool, and I actually am at capacity. I have enough clients. I took some time off. I took the most time off from ESL. I'm sorry, they pay the less. So when I took time off from them, I did have 2 unenroll, which is bittersweet. Of course, you don't want anyone to unenroll from your classes, or you're disappointed if you disappointed them. But at the same time, the 2 that unenrolled were from Wednesday, which Wednesdays are my busiest day. So it's like, if I'm going to lighten anything, you know, it is what it is. And then when they unenrolled, I closed those slots, because ESL to me, it's just a little bit of extra money, and it's not my main thing. So like last year, I almost gave up VIPKID. And what I did was I kind of just accepted priority booking requests to keep my foot in the door. Maybe made like $50 a week, like very few. So but then in summer hit, I wanted to work there again. So I kind of feel like my ESL classes, even at Outschool, are kind of like what VIPKID was last year. They're just kind of a little bit extra. They're there to fill in the gaps. It's not my main source of income. I don't want it to overwhelm me because I don't even make the most money there out of all my stuff. What about the IC delivery jobs? Are you talking about like, the Grubhub? Yeah, they're in the same boat. They're in the same boat as like online teachers, same thing. The law is basically saying you have to give them health insurance, and most of them sign up for the jobs knowing it's either like an extra thing they're doing on the side, or they already have health insurance, or they know they don't give you health insurance and they're okay with that. They can choose to go, if they need health insurance, they can choose to go get another job. Yeah. So it's the same thing, exactly, just as it is for VIPKID. So how are your classes going at Outschool? What's working? What's not working? My civics class is going well. I have 4 sections. I'm kind of in a good place because I have 4 sections that stay almost full. And of course, with ongoing, they fluctuate. So like this week, one of them was sold out, but the other 3 had between 1 and 2 slots left. And before my 1 section sold out, I had like 1 or 2 slots. So it's like I'm in a good place. They're almost full, but yet I have slots open if people look at the class and want to join. And since each section has like 1 or 2, I have a whole bunch of times they can choose from. Diary for Wimpy Kids going fairly well. My 2 sections are staying half full. Starting in a week, I have a 7 a.m. one opening on Tuesday. I think I told you guys this about 2 weeks ago, but I figure let's try. I've got 1 learner in it, which is good. I need to promote it a little more on like the international Outschool Facebook pages. I was away, then I got sick, so I haven't been doing much promoting. I've got my ESL classes. They're going fine. They're chugging along. Like I said, I had 2 unenrolled, but that's okay. What else? Those are the main things I have. I'm reopening a class. Danny, the one that your son took. I have like a history book club class. Danny's son took that for a little while. I'm reopening that in the fall. I have 3 sections I have set to open in the fall. So far, no bites. Do you guys find if you schedule way ahead of time, you get enrollments? Like, I'll just leave them up and see what happens. I assume that when time gets closer, I'll get more. I'm trying to decide what to do with my brick and mortar job. I'll talk to you more about that later. I still want to keep working it. I can't go into too much detail because I'm going to go in and talk to them about that tomorrow. So after I talk about them, that with them, I can talk with you about that. Let's see what else. I got sick yesterday with the norovirus. Not fun. My classes ended at 4 yesterday, and literally I went in my bed at 5 o'clock and like 5 p.m. Luckily, my husband was able to pick my son up. Went to sleep, and I mean stayed asleep all the way till 6 a.m. this morning. I'm feeling much better, and today my daughter's sick. I told her it doesn't last long, at least. I teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's now nicer than a 6-day a week. Wow, that's nice. You used to not do Fridays, Danny, so you're back to doing Fridays, but you have Tuesday, Thursday off. That's good to kind of condense it. My group classes are Monday through Thursday. I have 2 ESL clients on Friday, plus my brick and mortar. One of them's a private one, and one of them's through Outschool. But it's still like I try to leave. I don't like doing group classes on Fridays because, like, if you want to take off a weekend, it makes it so much harder. And it's kind of easier just to take off if it's a tutoring client because it's one-on-one. And you don't have to worry about, oh, well, if I take off this section, then it's off schedule with all these others. Some full, some not as usual. I've planned that far ahead. I've never planned that far ahead. I know. I'm trying to plan summer classes. You guys let me know what you're doing for summer. Always trying new things. Yeah, why not? Why not? So I have seen on the Facebook pages, parents have started asking for summer camps and classes. Are you guys doing a summer camp? But the problem is I don't know my summer schedule yet. And after I saw all those Facebook posts with like, oh, we want camps for the summer. Other people are like, oh, I've got summer camps. And I'm like, I've already gotten enrollments. I tried to like nail down, I have 2 mini vacations in June. I'm trying to like nail down the exact dates so I know when to open. I created an ongoing class last year that like I never did anything with. I decided instead last year to just work VIPKID and have my days free. And what are you guys doing for the summer? Obviously, you want to be off with your kids, but you'd like to still make some money. What are you doing? I'm probably going to keep my ESL clients. I'm probably going to stop my like serious academics classes like civics. With book club, I'm thinking about keeping those going through June, because June, even though I'm taking some long weekend mini vacations, I don't have any like week-long vacations. I do in July. And then, yeah, so it's hard to know what to do in the summer. Like you want the flexibility, you still want to keep bringing in some money, you know, what do you guys do? So my goal is to get my camps up soon. And I did a poll on the Facebook pages, and 2 days a week camps was the most popular. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you guys. Let me know what you're doing for summer, especially those of you with school-aged kids, right? I guess if your kids are out of the house, then it doesn't matter as much. Or if your kids are young, your schedule might not change that much. But yeah, it's always hard to know what to do in the summer. I want the balance. I want to bring in a little money. I want to be there with my kids. And my kids are older, so they don't, you know, it's not like they need me all the time. And my daughter is going to be working. But I do want a little flexibility in my schedule. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. I'll be back next week with Outschool updates. And if VIPKID has any emails, they don't do them weekly anymore. They do them monthly. So if they have any emails, I'll bring those to you. Or some weeks it's just Outschool. Thanks to those of you who came at a very different time than normal. Thanks, Casey, Danny, Deborah. Let's see what. I might cut back with classes that I only have 1 student in it, but I'll continue this summer until my baby comes in August. Then I'll take some time off. Oh, congratulations, Rebecca. She said it, not me. I never know when to say something publicly. I figure that's up to people. So Rebecca just told you all that she is pregnant. She is due in August. So excited for you. All right. Well, I will see you all next week. Bye, everyone. And for Casey, Zai Jian. Bye.